map pick, and obviously a must-win here. AGO stepping up in a really big way on Mirage. It was somewhat of a surprise in a lot of different ways. AGO playing well, MHL having the game of his life, and Endpoint looking like a shadow of themselves. Definitely not what we were used to, so hopefully they've gotten themselves a bit of a reset in between the maps. They have taken a bit of time, and we were waiting on them in all fairness, so I would imagine they've been talking things over and making sure they can get off to the strongest start possible, and winning the knife round is a good way to go.
Yeah, I've seen Endpoint play Vertigo before. They would love to have CT side. Their utility usage, whether it's to take A ramp control or to deny an A plant with some nade stacks, it all looks good. I really actually like them on this map. I'm starting to actually play this map in Mountain Dew League, and I'm watching Endpoint games to learn it. So we'll see what they have in store for us here. The dualies come out for Robin and Thomas, and Ferlin is going to be pushing on forward pretty aggressively. This is an interesting Molotov here, and it might enable a split to come out from AGO. Robin, he's forced off of this angle here, and actually running through the smoke is AGO. This is an interesting strategy, and it seems to have caught an Endpoint off guard. Mighty Max is still here on the ramp, but he's tagged early in the round, and now he's really just dancing with 1 HP. He's able to take down Ferlin, and that might enable the retake. It's just Oskarish and MHL.
Big stuff coming in from Max over on the ramp. MHL cannot connect onto the heads. It's all onto Oskarish, and he can't find them either. Endpoint, once the defuse comes in, then will have that pistol round on the board. So a really nice start from them. Like we said, they were needing it. They were needing it. A tough time on Mirage, but don't let it get to you. See it as a best of two. I'm sure that's what all the experts would tell you. And like I say, starting off with a decisive pistol is a really, really good way to get going. We are seeing another safe kind of play here from AGO this time. It was Endpoint over on Mirage that opted to go for the half buy despite getting the bomb plant in. And it looks like AGO are going to go for something similar.
Yeah, technical pause here, and once again, this gives us a chance to highlight the fact that we are running a giveaway. So in Twitch chat, it should pop up any soon, hopefully. You know what, I'll just type it myself in the chat.
They're doing all the work.
Yeah, so just check out the giveaway that is being run by the Esports Bible. The link is there in the chat, and you can win a couple gift cards for Skin Baron. You could win a Damascus Steel M9 bayonet, factory new. Very nice knife, very clean. If you don't have a knife, I mean, this is the contest for you, because what better knife to get than, I mean, it's not like it's the flashiest knife, but it's one that it won't distract you too much. It's not going to be something that you're just, you know, constantly inspecting over and over again and getting killed by it, like a butterfly might make you like just press FR constantly, and people just dance with their butterfly knives. This won't hurt your kill death ratio, I'll tell you that. You'll just pull the knife out, you'll feel like your movement has improved, and then you'll put it away, bring your gun out, and you know, hopefully take out a couple heads. And also you could win a M4A1S Player 2. Some nice skins from this Skin Baron giveaway.
Indeed. Keeping the excitement and the hype into the final couple days here of the Home Sweet Home Cup. But of course, we are back into the action, so get your giveaway entries done quickly. Don't want to miss what's about to go down. AGO, of course, on these Deagles. Endpoint going to have to give them a little bit of respect. Oh my goodness, that bullet is extremely close through the smoke, but not quite going to find its mark. Max has to be very careful, though, playing with fire at the moment. I suppose the return smoke is a good way of going about it. He knows his angles, he knows what he's safe to and what he isn't. So no cheeky frags coming in early. Ooh. Gotta be careful, though. They are grouped up down there. Definitely could get overwhelmed quickly, but not going to be the case.
Now, a minute passes, and still decent control for Endpoint here. Thomas taking down Groovy there, who was, I think, quick switching, actually, but a fatal error for him. All things considered, though, this looks like it should be relatively clean for Endpoint. There isn't much utility to work with on the AGO side, so it will just come down to some Deagle headshots. Haven't really seen them bust out the Deagles too effectively yet in this series. Maybe they'll change my opinion of their pistol skills, though, right here, right now. Mighty Max holding a pretty nice angle. Crucial pressing on forward. He's able to take down a couple, and Furlan and Oscarish remain. And Crucial, with that MP9, does want to farm that cash. Robin does get caught off guard. And so 1 kill on the terrorist side. But all in all, Endpoint with a relatively clean round.
I think both these teams have been pretty good with their anti-ecos, actually, which is really good to see. Didn't get much of an opportunity on Mirage, did Endpoint, but all the same. Not making any silly mistakes across the board. So, really good stuff. Learn from them, so to speak, if you are indeed watching the VODs or watching the games, looking to improve your own game. Fiku almost finding a couple, but not quite going to go his way. Meanwhile, Crucial here on the up. Doesn't want to go for a reface once again. Discipline coming in. Really good stuff. They do have a man advantage. Been a bit of a crazy start. Kills all over the place. AGO, who are on the back foot, looking to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, and they've centered their attack around this A ramp where Crucial and Thomas still lie in wait. Crucial is at a nice angle here at Ivy. I'm not sure what you call this kind of backhaul Ivy position, but Thomas only equipped with an ump. A nice counter smoke comes out from him. That's actually very good timing from him, as now this exec becomes a little bit awkward. You can see already that the comfort levels for Endpoint are a little bit higher here on Vertigo. Crucial, nice angle from him. Pays dividends as he takes down Fiku, makes it a 4v2. Now the smoke is fading, and it's just Oscarish in the 1v4. Thomas is able to find that kill and upgrade his weapon to an AK there. In fact, even Robin, who picked up a Galil earlier in the round, is able to upgrade to an AK as well. Good stuff from Endpoint. AGO just stopped right in their tracks.
Yeah, it's showing very early. It is only the first rifle round, but Endpoint just seem to have this map down to a T at the moment. And AGO thrown for a loop. Certainly going to be a tough time. Oh, no, and the run boost not working out either. They're going to go for it again. Third time's the charm, perhaps? Not going so well here. I don't think they've put the most amount of work into it. Oh, no! Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, yeah, E for effort, I guess, lads, but God damn.
Oh, no. All right. Well, AGO got that one out of their system, and they'll be pushing on forward. Fiku still has a deagle and maybe a chance, given that he's gained so much ground, but he's forced off the angle due to the double swing. And now another run boost comes out. Oh, actually, it's not a run boost, just a boost on top. Oscarish is able to capitalize, takes down Crucial, is actually able to recover the op. This has now gotten just a little bit hairy. Furlan is able to actually capitalize, takes down Robin there, maybe pushing on forward into the waiting arms of Thomas will hurt his team's chances, but Surreal still has a lot of work to do. He's on this B side by himself. He's able to take down Oscarish, looking for more, and he can't do it. Fiku does take him down. 2v2 situation, and this bomb will be planted. Thomas gets the final 2. Clean from him.
Pretty good result, I think, in the end, for AGO. Good damage. And getting the bomb plant. So, really nice stuff. Definitely was a bit of panic, I think, there from Endpoint when that AWP was retrieved. But, yeah, we can't forget this. Maybe if Groovy had have been on the server still, he might have had a bit more impact. But, yeah, it's a bit rough.
I think he actually kind of made... I don't know if he made the jump. Like, I think he turned right too early, but maybe he didn't have the momentum either. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Clearly, we're not prepared for that. No, it definitely seemed to be a bit of an afterthought.
Yeah. Well, practice makes perfect, but maybe not the time. That being said, Good setup here at A ramp already from Endpoint. You can see that Crucial is holding that angle quite well. Mighty Max, though, is the one to actually pick up the first frag, but it's actually a 2-for-2 trade. AGO definitely are going to be happy about that here, given how haphazard that approach actually looked. Now, Crucial will be throwing a nice counter smoke to give him a little bit of space here. Robin will be playing off of that smoke very nicely. And pushing on forward is Robin, set up from a flash from Crucial, but still a 1-for-1 trade, 2v2 situation.
Incredibly back and forth. Crucial, though, ever consistent on that AWP, creeping around, playing contact successfully. And all going to be onto Oscarish. He's got to recover the bomb. He's got to clear out Scaffold and Short. Nice little find onto Crucial. A missed shot there as well. At the very least, Surreal knows where he's at. Plenty of time to play with here, Oscarish. But again, still needs to recover the bomb, but not going to go for it. He's just going to look for the frags, and it works out for him. A great clutch coming in. Not bothered about the bomb at all. Takes down Surreal and Crucial pretty easily. Gets the AWP, gives it to MHL. A great round coming in from AGO and Oscarish in particular.
Yeah, AGO needed something like that. A scrappy round leading to a 1v2 situation, and Oscarish is able to capitalize. Good on him. Shows that AGO still, when it's man for man, pound for pound, that they can hold their own. But is that success replicable? Can they keep these rounds scrappy enough for their player strengths to shine, or will Endpoint continue to choke them out of this game? This is already a great B setup from Endpoint right here. You can see that Fiku might want to press on forward, but that flash won't actually won't be the catalyst for his aggression.
Ooh. Real with a pretty nice 1D coming in. A massive frag as well to be picking up. That's really good stuff. Make AGO sweat a little bit. The execute coming in towards the A site. Max going for the spam, but gets taken down. The trace is followed perfectly by Furlan. Even back up then, and Thomas has got to be careful on how to proceed. This boost spot being watched, of course. Bomb planted. A little bit of utility expended. Oscarish not going to fall off the map. He knows his way around a little better than perhaps Groovy does, but all the same, not looking good after MHL finds that frag, and they know it. I think the body language here, they kind of want to concede it, but going to continue to push forwards against their better judgment. Trade comes in nice and quick, but they're going to have to do an awful lot of work here. Crucial particularly not going to happen, and AGO get their second on the board. Feel like the 4v3 they perhaps should have called to save, but the benefit of hindsight is always nice.
Yeah, there's definitely an argument for that there, but Endpoint, they'll be forced onto pistols now. Just four USPs, a single deagle coming out from Surreal, a little bit of a reward for the frags that he was able to find, but I think we will have to see a match medic here.
A little unfortunate. Not quite sure. I know Groovy's been having a few issues. Try and get a bit more information on that, hopefully. Okay. Mighty Max's keyboard is not working, so that's not ideal. Definitely need that to play Counter-Strike, that's for sure. I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure of that.
A little piece of intel here. If they were able to find out that his keyboard wasn't working, how did he tell them? Does he use voice activation? Is that what I'm learning from this? Was he able to say, "Hey guys, my keyboard's not working," or did they actually just use observation and see that, hey, our IGL, by the way, is just kind of moving his hand around, but he's not actually.
Yeah, I think they do have like a house, so together. So perhaps. Perhaps.
Oh wait. Well, Mighty Max typed that keyboard not working, but so it was actually Crucial's keyboard. So it was Crucial's keyboard.
Right. Okay. My bad. My bad.
That's
we didn't get the full story. We didn't get the full picture. It definitely was a little sus, but the full explanation comes in eventually.
Yeah. Detective Maui Snakes is on the case.
I'm sure there was probably a point as well where the admins were probably thinking, wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, but sure.
Yeah, Mighty Max surely typed that with something. He has voice dictation or something.
Even then, I mean, it needs a hotkey, so it would have been very suspicious. But we're all good. We're all good.
Yeah.
We get to the bottom of it, and we are seemingly back into the action here. Not too much excitement coming in this round. Just going to see the ramp rush, or is it going to be a stack towards the top end of it? It will be a stack, in fact. So AGO going to have to be careful. Send the feelers out there. Not get too giddy or too aggressive. This could get messy if they play it incorrectly, but I suppose sending Furlan on his own is not a bad way to go about it.
5 players from Endpoint here, and need forward. Actually, an interesting flash will enable MHL. Furlan's able to clean up nicely. Robin is able to find a single frag with that USP, but he will be surrounded, and Oskarish is able to take him down. Interesting point there, though, that Surreal, the first time that round started, he had a deagle, and he kind of changed his mind, said, you know what, I'm not really feeling this round anyway, so I'll just go for the P250, and saves a little bit of cash, and that actually enables him to buy the Molotov here in this round. Just kind of, we'll see how that transpires, or if anything comes of it, but a nice smoke coming out from AGO, showing that they actually have a little bit more up their sleeves than maybe the first few rounds may have indicated to us. Fiku, though, I think that may have been the run boost. Maybe, just maybe. I'm not sure. It looked like the way that he came in there might have been it. Did you catch that?
I didn't, unfortunately. I think perhaps, though, looking likely, to say the least. It's been a bit of a crazy one off the back of that. Well, I'm going to find probably the frag that seals the deal in the smoke there. Surreal, the only one left. The only one to have found any kills at all here for Endpoint. So, looking good for AGO to close the gap.
Yeah, AGO picked up a lot of steam in this game off of that clutch from Oskarish, and it seems like that might just carry them. Oskarish continues as he finds the kill onto Surreal here. 4-4 scoreline now, and AGO showing up in a way that I can say I didn't expect. From the first 3 or so rounds, especially with that missed run boost, I thought that AGO probably was just going to be ending up conceding Vertigo, and we would be headed to a third map. But they've stepped it up here. They are looking like they have a little bit more in store for us with utility and just kind of the players in the right places. But we'll see what Endpoint has in store for us here as Mighty Max is able to pick up an early kill. Robin is able to find one of his own, a 2-for-2 trade across the board. But AGO and their firepower should still have an advantage.
One would assume. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened. Oskarish, nice little angle from him. Nice reposition. That is absolutely perfect. He's having a hell of a game here. On Vertigo, you could see him going down in the 1-on-3, but it's not too flashy. It's just really good fundamentals to keep adjusting and making sure not to get caught off guard. Trying to isolate those 1v1s as best he possibly can.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff from him. That could have gotten a little bit hairy, as you mentioned, but pretty clean round from him. And Endpoint, they are going to need a clean round, but that is not the start they're looking for. MHL takes down one immediately. He finds Mighty Max as well. Good stuff from him early on here. He wasn't looking like the hottest T-side opper on Mirage, but this time around, he's come alive beautifully. And now it's a 5v3 advantage for the Polish side.
Under the pressure. Like you said, not the most impressive. Maybe not needed as much on Mirage, but definitely looking good in this round at the very least. And it's going to give them a solid lead, probably break the bank if they're able to convert it. There's still, of course, 3 players left for Endpoint. Looking to find themselves a bit of an in here, but certainly seems easier said than done at this point. Bomb goes down, and they are going to look to save. So there you are. AGO. Surprising a lot of people, maybe even themselves ever so slightly. Endpoint, though, definitely thrown for a loop. And like I say, that CT economy is not looking too good right now. They do have a bit of loss bonus stacked up, but I don't really think it's going to be enough at the same time, with 3 rifles saved, they probably have to buy around it.
Yeah, that's it's not going to be the healthiest buy for Endpoint, but with their loss bonus, Surreal will be able to drop Crucial, and Mighty Max probably can get an MP9 in full util at the very least, which I'm sure he's kind of okay with. But oh no, okay, well now things get a little bit tricky for Endpoint. With Thomas dying there, they'll still buy, but their util will be pretty. Okay, well, they'll sacrifice a little bit of firepower, actually. All right, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm a little surprised how they got that out, actually. But, yeah, this isn't actually too bad.
Workable is usually the word that I go towards. But, yeah, I think it goes a little deeper than the economy. It always helps, of course, having the best buy possible, but... AGO seem to have their number at the moment, just across the course of the series, regardless of the map. So we'll see what they're able to find here on the Endpoint side. Some sneaky angles across the board. Nade goes in, not going to find its mark. So Fiku taking kind of minimal damage from that, honestly. And unfortunately, no one is playing in the scaffold right now, because this angle is pretty nasty, but not able to find anything off the back of it. Speaking of nasty angles, another boost coming in here. Going to try and find the head, but unfortunately not able to do so. In fact, it's Oscarish who takes a dink. So there you have it. Endpoint have gotten themselves a big chunk of damage into this round. So looking good in that sense. See if they can convert that into an advantage and perhaps take the round off the back of it. It is only a slim little play going in their favor, but with 35 seconds left, every little thing is going to make the difference.
Ooh, and that's definitely going to make a difference. Mighty Max taking down Oscarish right there. Good nade to the face. And the AGO exec has to come out at this point. There are only 20 seconds, and Surreal is already on a beautiful flank. This should be probably it for AGO. They're being surrounded from multiple angles. MHL is able to find one, but he's quickly traded in return. Fiku actually takes down Mighty Max, and the bomb is planted. This is a 3v3 situation, but Surreal's position should win his team the round. Can he find anything off of it? He actually doesn't. And now Crucial does find that kill. Fiku is taken down. Ferlin, as the smoke is dissipating, is able to find one, just leaving Groovy in the 1v2. He's able to find... Oh, he's actually not able to find one, but the spray continues. Crucial with the defuse comes out, and Groovy pushes on forward with the Glock kill. AGO, it looked like they were choked out of that round. It looked like Endpoint had them dead to rights, but somehow, some way, they pull it off.
Goodness me. Surely that has got to do it for Endpoint. Such a hard round to come back from in kind of the mental capacity. Really going to be tough. But we'll see. They will indeed have to come back to stay alive here. Always easier said than done, but hopefully for their sake. Fiku going to open up onto Surreal. The half buy not working out at all here. Maui Snake not looking good. 5 on 3. Groovy in behind as well, looking to finish the round prematurely. Actually, okay, a little bit weird. They don't know that he's there. It's all good. He gets the double spray down. That was a little weird, but an 8th round nonetheless for AGO.
Yeah, just kind of overlooking the position, but still, it ends up... If you don't look at the round, if you just close your eyes and just look at how many players stayed alive, you think, oh, clean round from AGO. Good job. Unfortunately for us, we did witness that, but Endpoint will call their first tactical timeout of what I think is the series. Would have loved to see something come out from them earlier on, the first map or even this game, because they've kind of let this one slip away from them. AGO have been doing a great job, and I think Endpoint, they're going to need to find either just some kind of resilience that they didn't show us on Mirage, or just a new game plan.
Slipping away bit by bit for sure. So yeah, something gonna have to change in a really big way here. Really not looking like the Endpoint we were expecting. It is strange, but it does happen. Like you say, they've been playing an awful lot of Counter-Strike fatigue. and days where perhaps you are not at your best certainly going to happen, but timeout, bit of a reset. What's the game plan? How do they come back into it? Gonna have to figure themselves out quickly here before the game gets to a position where it's not really recoverable. And it all starts from here. Unfortunately, nothing coming for them as yet, but there you have it. Thomas with a wide swing does get one. The trade coming back in, though. An Oscar-ish. Oh, almost. Not quite, however. Meanwhile, over at middle, I believe, Crucial indeed does find that frag. 4 versus 2. Looking good for Endpoint.
Yeah, this will be a pretty difficult round for AGO at this point. Gruby and Fiku are in a prime position to get a nice little boost here, but it will be scouted out. But actually, it still works out for them. Good stuff from them, finding a way back into it slowly but steadily. Robin is here, and supporting him is Crucial. That is a great smoke to give them some space here, but I think it went a little bit too deep. But the double peek comes out, but it doesn't seem like it's good enough, and Endpoint will be able to pick up their 5th round. A valiant attempt from them, but Robin shuts them down with actually 2 Molotov kills.
Yeah. Really good stuff. Endpoint. Oh, they're doing it, kind of. They are on their way back in.
Yeah.
See whether they can replicate that, though, is the key thing. It still would be an awfully good half. I'm not sure how you sit. I think people seem to be edging a little bit more towards the T side on this map, but I'm not sure how decisive that is at this point. Kind of hard to tell in this iteration.
I think it's probably one of the most balanced that it's been, actually. I think it is slightly... It was in the first few months slightly T-sided, but we'll see if the T-side gets the better this round. Mighty Max takes down Furlan, a nice advantage for the CTs. And a 4v5 situation. We'll see if Endpoint's able to capitalize once again off of their early pick. This time, though, it's just one. The other round, quite a bit of commotion early on. Thomas... a nice boost. They tried using that earlier, weren't able to find anything, and use it once again to great effect. 5v3 advantage for Endpoint, and it looks like they may have righted the ship here, but they still don't want to take too many casualties. If they lose the op on Surreal and Crucial, they won't be able to pick up 2 moving forward. You just want to keep those players alive at the bare minimum here, even if you do win the round. They've been instrumental in their success thus far. And AGO taking some nice space away. This might be a good timing on the nade from Robin, but it looks like he'd rather actually just keep his gun out and play this off angle. Oskarish is able to find the trade, and Surreal, he's able to take down Oskarish. It's just Gruby in the 1v4. He's looking for something here. If he's able to find this kill on a Surreal, it could be massive, but Crucial is able to take him out. So Endpoint put themselves on a 6th round here.
Definitely fighting back, keeping it close. Still no surefire 7th for them. The economy, of course, of AGO pretty damn solid, so able to buy up really cleanly into this final round of the first half. But a nice little recovery from Endpoint. Still somewhat surprising in places. It is safe to argue the fact that it looked like for a good while it was going to be going heavily in favor of AGO, but ever since that pause, they have kind of revitalized things here, turned it around, arguably. So, looking pretty strong towards the tail end of the first half. Oh, Mighty Max, nice push in, does manage to get 2. Immediately traded back, dropping the bomb. Big information coming in. Got to be careful not to give too many frags away, but P250 to finish off MHL. Looking good then, 4 versus 2. The minute and 10 seconds left, and the T's split across the map. Fiku is very unaware that Surreal is at the back of the site. Does need to be careful on how he approaches this, and he gets taken down. So there you have it. Gruby now left to pick up the pieces once again.
Yeah, 1v4 situation would be a miracle for him here, but it seems rather unlikely, just giving away his position right then and there. Looking for the tap. He might be able to get this kill on a Crucial. Oh, Crucial peeking a little bit too soon, and thanks to this Valve update that came out not too long ago, players cannot die after the half concludes. So Crucial won't even lose his life despite the Molotov burning him after time. Good stuff from Endpoint to right things there. That timeout, you know, after taking it, they win 3 straight. You would have loved to see them take it a little bit earlier if you were a fan of the team or even a player on the team, perhaps. But they do manage to at least find 7 on the CT side.
Yeah, I mean, it's about damage control, but as you can see, massively dropping off, right? Really, again, strange to see. Been having a tough time, I think, across the course of the day. Lots of different arguments to perhaps explain that, but all the same, would have been good for them to really get off to a stronger start, I think, on Vertigo. It's going to put a bit of pressure on them going into their T side. But we'll see. Definitely going to use the full amount of time available. AGO, meanwhile, I mean, we've just seen what MHL can do with the CT side. Or it's a very different map, but all the same, I think if he can tap into that again, it could be a really scary time. And Oscarish as well seems to be the man stepping up in a big way for AGO. So they kind of have to be wary of him, and he may well be able to lock down a bomb site and make it pretty much a no-go for Endpoint. Only time will tell. Only time will tell, and we'll see how things go. Of course, do be sure, folks, we've got that giveaway going on. Exclamation mark giveaway in the chat. The final giveaway provided by Skin Baron, so be sure to get amongst it. There's a few vouchers. There's an M9 Bayonet Damascus and an M4A1S Player 2 on the line, so be sure to get your entries.
I'm gonna check right now if it's a 9 bayonet or a bayonet. Actually,
that's true. That is true.
It's a bayonet. It's a bayonet.
I am sorry.
No, I think I might have said the wrong thing earlier too. But it's a bayonet. I don't know which one's even worth more, but still, it's a really clean skin. It's especially clean actually. It looks such a nice. Bayonet's always been just one of the best knives to upgrade to if you're not really sure what knife you want to get. It's just, you know, very clean pull-out animation, just very satisfying. It's not too large to take up too much of your screen, and it's just got a good feel to it.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I am a bit biased. Perhaps that's why I'm quite a fan of the M9, if I'm honest.
Yeah, the M9 has a nice heft.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And if you've got a little bit of ADHD going on, I think the butterfly knife is always nice. But like you say, I had one a little while ago. I think it was like one of the first knives that I picked up, and I just used it all the time. Either way, yeah. You forget to play the game. Anyway, moving into the pistol here. Quick bit of aggression from Endpoint up towards the ramp, forcing AGO away. See what they find off the back of this. AGO definitely conceding ramp pretty easily there.
Ooh. You can see the nades though for Gruby and Furlan. I'm sure that these will go to stop the plant right there. They tap the bomb, and the nades come out in quick succession. A good little fake plant coming out from Surreal. That's some veteran play for a Vertigo player right there. To just kind of fake it, bait those out, and now the retake is on. 5v5 situation. Crucial looking for something here at the close angle, but he's not able to find it. He's being tapped down, and he actually is able to somehow... Oh no, that was Surreal that was able to pick up one. Still, chaos on the bomb site ensues. Furlan and Oscarish attempt to find something, but it's Mighty Max who takes down Furlan with the butterfly knife, and Endpoint will even the scoreline here, 8-8.
Kind of a crazy way to start the second half, but Endpoint will be happy to get it going in their favor. So pretty good stuff. Deagles are out here, a fair amount of utility as well for AGO. What is the plan? Where's it going to go? Are they going to try and nade stack down ramp? Doesn't look like it. Just the Deagles to hold things off here. Yeah, really nice start coming in. Wow, a lot of damage through the smokes as well into this round. So looking good for Endpoint, spamming away. Trying to find a few heads. Certainly looking more and more likely as the round goes on, but... see what they're able to find. At the moment, just playing it nice and slow, as to be expected. This is a nice angle from Oscarish, though. Surreal does need to be careful.
Yeah, this might determine a lot of the round right there. Oscarish, he's able to take down Surreal, and he saw that Surreal was trying to escape. This should be able to help fortify the defense from AGO. And these Deagles are looking ever more dangerous as the seconds pass. Ferlin is able to take down Thomas in the smoke right there. 3v5 situation, and this would be so heartbreaking if you are Endpoint. Robin, he's able to take down Ferlin, who's going for the flank. He's able to take down Groovy as well. These are massive frags, as now it's a 3v3 situation, and the bomb is planted.
Yeah, really well done, Robin. Stepping up in a big way to, at the very least, make life a bit easier. Still not over yet. There are kits available as well for AGO, so time not going to be against them. Definitely could still go for this. They are indeed going to continue to push forwards, and no utility really for both sides. Crucial trying to be the hero of the hour. Not going to happen for Robin, as well as position known. Oh, they're not peeking together. It's a little broken. Robin will deny the defuse, but the kit available. Fiku, does he have time? I think he might just about have time to steal this away from Endpoint. Oh, so close. So very close. But still around, the AGO had no right in winning. Ah, at Endpoint, just not quite clean enough.
Wow, that is so heartbreaking if you're Endpoint. Those Deagles really came out of nowhere. AGO, they have to be feeling themselves after that, though. Very good shots from them, all things considered. Very, very, like, kind of a scattered retake in terms of how those last three play together against that one at Sandbags, but they were still able to manage. And now Endpoint will be working with scraps across the board. Robin, he has the only rifle, but he doesn't even have head armor here, so this is so dangerous for him. Fiku playing the nice off angle that actually I think Robin was playing in the first half on the side of Endpoint, but Crucial comes out on top. That's very good awareness from him there. And I'm not sure, is that nade supposed to disguise his boost up or what, but that looked very clean from Endpoint. But Groovy and MHL looking a little cleaner. Nice kills from them, but this has allowed a lot of position to be taken by Surreal, but he's stopped right in his tracks by Oscarish, and it just leaves Thomas here. Even a plant would be kind of a miracle at this point, and I think he might actually find it.
Yeah, not a bad result in that sense. See what more he can find. If he had a bit more HP, might believe in him ever so slightly, but I think it's going to be hard for him. He's about to deal with the full wrath of the defense here. Does manage to find one, but immediately traded back. Still good damage, bomb plant. Endpoint can be happy with that, but it's AGO once again starting to squeeze a lead and run away with things a little bit here. So they definitely have to be careful. Of course, their tournament life on the line here. AGO really giving them a good run for their money at the very least in this series, and particularly on one of their most comfortable maps right now. Endpoint really, really struggling.
Yeah, AGO, they're just looking cleaner at this point. It felt like, once again, there was just a turning point in this game at, I think it was 4-0 when Oscarish wins that clutch. It just gets the fire in the hearts of the Polish side. It's kind of reminiscent of how MHL won the clutch, or had that hold, but I'll hold on that thought just a little bit here as the trades go 1-for-1. MHL taking a little while to take down Thomas there. That gives up his position, but he still has a teammate in tow, which is Groovy, but he's not able to play off of him, and it's Robin who finds a couple of kills right there. Very nice, but Fiku evens it out. 2v2 situation. Robin taking a lot of damage from that Molotov right there. Tagged down to 28 HP. It's actually looking pretty dire now, but Surreal somehow taking down Fiku there. He had no armor to speak of, but still manages to win that fight. And now it's just Oscarish in the 1v2. He had one earlier in this game. Will he be able to find another on top of that? Takes down Surreal, and he brings it to a 1v1.
Far away from the B site, so not going to have as much information to work with as perhaps he would like, but Robin, of course, is low and armorless. Oh, the off angle from Robin is not good enough. Oscarish going to get it and will manage the 1v2 once again. Another big round coming in. It was MHL on the last map. It is Oscarish on this map. AGO starting to really run away with things here. Endpoint short, a lot of damage done. Bomb plant in means they're going to have an incredibly comfortable buy. But an 11th round cannot be denied how important that is for XCOM AGO. If they can pick up this rifle round, you really start to worry for Endpoint here on their T side.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the swing rounds of the game. Both teams pretty low on money, really just forcing into it. They know that both of them have to basically win this. MHL, he wanted that shot right there, doesn't actually hit it. Takes a little bit of chip damage from the nade, all things considered pretty much not too important, but that shot is. Thomas takes him down. Nice advantage taken, and Crucial continues. Fiku is down towards middle, and now Endpoint have so much control of the map. It's going to be up to Oscarich. He was a hero in the last round, but he can't get it done here. Robin is able to find the kill, and now Groovy and Furlan, I think they might just have to opt for a save here. I don't even know if they can recover the op that was dropped earlier on from MHL. I don't know where it was blasted to. They would love to keep that moving forward, but I don't think Endpoint is even keen on trying to let them stay alive. Thomas is already in a very aggressive position with Surreal here to try and get these guns out of the hands of the remaining CTs. They will press on forward, and Furlan, he has to hold his ground beautifully. He's able to get one kill, but he can't find the second. Surreal takes down both of these players. A little bit of insult to injury right there, and that was such an important round for Endpoint to win. Technical pause comes out here, and AGO, they don't have much to work with. They won quite a few rounds in a row. They had no loss bonus to speak of, and they kind of have to decide, do they want to force and likely give up 2 after this one with a double save, or are they going to maybe try to squeak a bye into the upcoming round? I think they're going to force here.
At least halfway, it looks like. Yeah, a little weird why they wouldn't just fully go for it, I feel like, but all the same. It's some pressure, but not quite fully committing. Somewhere down the middle seems to be the way that they like to play it. I think they went for a similar buy to this on Mirage at one point as well. Ooh, spam attempt from Max. Unfortunately, not going to meet the mark. Coming close. Furlan does need to be careful. You never know, one of these bullets might work its way into his face, but not going to be the case for now. Great little bit of utility usage here from Endpoint just to gain control of some important areas. Getting their first frag in as well. So looking good. But we do have a relatively quick flank. Nice double nade. Furlan is certainly shocked by that. He does manage to survive. I'm going to have to be careful. Like I say, this flank coming in could be at the perfect time. Could indeed catch them off guard if they are not careful. But Surreal has a bit of an idea. Molly coming in, going to keep them at bay. It is the type of round indeed where you would go for that quick movement. Fake plant. Eventually the commit will come through from Max, and it should be a 10th here once this bomb goes down. And like I say, they're very aware of the fact that the flank is entirely possible.
Yeah, it's really just up to AGO to see how much they can keep moving forward in the next round. A kill would be great, just so that they can maybe get an AK, but Endpoint is playing this very safely. All of these players are in one giant cluster, and it looks like they'll be able to maintain quite a few lives moving forward. So then once again, AGO probably just looking on at a 4 Deagle buy into the next round. You know, maybe MHL could buy a P250 or something like that, but all things considered, probably to the same effect. And Endpoint will bring the score ever closer as they try to mount their comeback here. 10-11 score line, and AGO once again without a buy.
Yeah, definitely a good time to break that economy from Endpoint. I think winning that first rifle round, like we said at the time, incredibly important. And the fact that they get it done is very effective indeed. Nice pickup coming in from Crucial early on. Not afraid to take those aggressive fights. Looking good for him. Once again, do need to be a little careful. The Deagles and whatnot into this round, but off the back of the opening pick, if they play their cards right, it should be a fairly certain 11th here for Endpoint.
Yeah, this is already looking in favor of Endpoint. Fiku with a nice shot there to take down Thomas. And, you know, it'd be great to keep that AK moving forward, as Endpoint will be moving to the opposite bomb site of it. So, you know, just a little bit more utility. Maybe a gun round in the future because of that save weapon. But it actually looks like AGO are opting to try to get a little bit more damage. They don't want to let the economy from Endpoint balloon too much here. And so Fiku will be scaling out towards middle. At this point, I think their outs have kind of run out. They can't really justify throwing that AK at this, but the Deagles, or the P250, I guess that's remaining, still has a life to give. And we'll see if MHL is able to do anything, but he'll be just kind of opting for the passive angle. Even the P250 actually is not too bad to move on forward with, because MHL being the opper, it's always nice to have a secondary firearm that isn't just a USP.
All right, Endpoint closing the gap. There are indeed a few things, like you say, working ever so slightly in favor of AGO, but nothing massive. Endpoint are the ones dictating the pace right now, looking good on their T side. Looking to indeed take us to just 2 if you are just joining us, of course. Our third and final map, AGO winning Mirage pretty decisively. This here, the map pick of Endpoint, so we would expect them to be picking it up, but AGO, as you can see, giving them a good run for their money, a really, really solid run for their money. They have dropped off ever so slightly on the CT side of things. So Endpoint finding some exploits, finding some holes. MHL on the edge of the smoke. Oh, not going to be spotted. Thomas has to be so careful. The swing comes in from MHL, but he's not ready for Thomas up close. Groovy trying to pick up the pieces, not going to happen. And a 4 versus 2 ensues in favor of Endpoint.
Yeah, Endpoint continuing with some good pressure early on. Crucial, taking down Fiku. This should be it for AGO at this point. Oscarish will be able to save this op moving forward, probably. Yeah, it doesn't look like Endpoint's going to get crazy with it. So, Endpoint, a little bit more explosive in that round right there. It was quite a quick hit for them. Just the fight really all taking place at the A ramp. And maybe they have a little bit more life here. Maybe they will bring us to a third map. AGO, it feels like this series is just so streaky, you know? AGO, they started off pretty hot on Mirage, or Endpoint started pretty hot on Mirage. AGO with 1 big streak to end the game. Endpoint, nice streak to start this map here. Or AGO coming back with their own, and now maybe Endpoint going to finish it off with 1 big streak. We'll see if AGO, though, are able to come back with some rounds of their own. Maybe the game isn't so straightforward. Maybe it won't just be a battle of streaks. Maybe we will have a fight to the finish line here.
What we'd hope. Something a bit competitive. Keep it exciting. But hard to tell. A lot of half buys coming in from AGO. Definitely, not as easy as they would like, but a great dink coming in. Robin does manage to survive, I guess, through the wall or whatever it may be. Mighty Max, meanwhile, going to take out Groovy as he tries to join the action. Not going to happen for him. So, Robin low, but of course the man advantage for Endpoint early.
Yeah, 5v4 situation. Oscarish with a really cool angle right here. This usually isn't hard cleared, but we'll see if Surreal is able to pick it up. Nope. He does not. Oscarish is able to stay alive, and he actually had a smoke as well. This is really nice from him here, because he's able to play off this very defensively. It buys time for the rotations as well. He's playing right behind the sandbags, though. This doesn't offer a lot of cover. We'll see if he's able to work, though. MHL, with that op save from the previous round, is able to take down Thomas, and now Endpoint, they might have to rethink their approach right here. Is this the way that they want to go out? Do they want to just keep challenging this op? Robin says no, and he's going to be taking Crucial with him, or so it may seem. They fake the sound cues towards A, and at this point, it might actually just end up being a B hit once again. A double fake, perhaps. And Mighty Max presses on forward. He's just taking the duel right to Fiku. A nice one-tap onto him, actually. And now this is looking pretty hopeless for AGO, unless MHL is able to come up big, but he misses that shot, and it's a crucial one at that. Still an opportunity here as he tries to go for the wall bang, but it's not able to connect. Furlan mollied off of the angle, and it's just MHL now. He's separated from his teammate. He has to try to find something big, but this is looking like a very good crossfire. It would be so difficult for Endpoint to not work off of each other in what looks to be a pretty much guaranteed tandem. And I think that's going to be it. I think they've recognized that, and MHL, he'll be able to save that op moving forward. A pretty hairy round, all things considered. Probably not as straightforward as Endpoint would have liked, but they are still able to manage their 13th.
Yeah, I think at this point, with the way that the series, the way that this map particularly has been going, they are happy to indeed get the round and keep things relatively in their core, as it were. But we'll see. Definitely room for AGO to come back in. As you can see, pause being taken and a pretty good buy. Double up setup going to be the order of the day. So we'll see whether this works for them. They are starting to get a little desperate and would like to clean it up too. Oh, Dust 2 is another scary map. Hard to call, particularly the way that this series has been going. So indeed, here we go, back into the action. Mighty Mac's going to go for the early smoke. And we'll see what they can find here on the AGO side.
Looks like it might be an op versus op duel. Crucial holding this tight little angle that many oppers do like to peek from. And Thomas pushes on forward in the scaffolding, and no nade damage just yet. It looks like a pretty methodical approach coming out from Endpoint here. That might be a decent Molotov to push them on back, and it does actually take a little bit of space, but AGO, they're just kind of feigning the aggression there. It does cause Endpoint to end up burning a little bit more of their own utility. They actually have to, they feel like they had to re-molly the sandbags now at this point. So a good job burning the opposition's nades on the AGO side.
Definitely a little bit of panic setting in. Certainly one of those rounds that no one wants to be the player to make the mistake to go down first. Make things closer than they have to be. Slowly but surely. Working their way up the ramp. Nice flash comes in. Not quite picking their targets perfectly, but it works out. Groovy gonna come in with a triple, in fact. Works out brilliantly. Huge round. MHL will take down Crucial. And there you have it. MHL to finish proceedings, of course. The 12th round going the way of AGO. Really good stuff. Really well timed on the flashbang. And they will find themselves another round. Bit of a lifeline, of course. Endpoint, so much cash. But all the same, AGO not down and out yet.
No, that was a very needed round from AGO. They do keep things competitive here. Endpoint not just running away with the game, but Endpoint, yeah, they still have a lot to work with. And we'll see if AGO can do that once again. That's always one of the hardest things to do, just kind of replicating the success of a well-timed flashbang. Nades not quite connecting on the ramp players. Just a little bit of chip damage onto Thomas. Takes him down, just 6 points of health. Not too grand. And Endpoint once again with this methodical approach towards ramp, just using their utility. Will they commit to it this time, though? It looks like they aren't as interested in pushing on forward just yet. They're really taking their time with this one here, and I think AGO might actually think that this is some kind of fake. They're falling off of the angle a little bit more than they did last round. Crucial pressing on forward with the op now, looking for some kind of contact play here, but he's not able to find anything just yet. He's secured his position towards sandbags, but no one is presenting any fights to him just yet.
Oh, Crucial, forced out of position, does go down to the molly, but manages to find a frag before falling. Groovy as well, going to get naded out, so a lot of utility frags coming in this round. 4 versus 3, Surreal in a great position over at the bridge, will manage to drop free Q. Oscarish does chime back in, but it's the double up setup going to have to hold things down. We've seen many a round over on Mirage that MHL was able to pull back, but unfortunately I talk him up big, and he will fall pretty quickly. Oscarish not around to find the trade either. Maybe he wanted to save, maybe just looking for the AK here, but the timing doesn't work out regardless, and now he's in a 1 versus 3. Won a fair amount of clutches, but this one going to be awfully tough. They are heavily stacked on top of each other, and there you go. Spotted out, taken down. 14th for Endpoint. They bounce back pretty quickly, not giving AGO any breathing room to work with at all.
No, and that's such a good lurk from Surreal. I really like that. You know, there was a chance for AGO there in the 4v3 to retake that bomb site, but he just solidifies things, just kind of cutting the rotation off. Even though he is traded, it just offers so much information to the side of his teammates. And AGO, they will have to call a tactical timeout here. The money is still pretty good for them, so they should have a buy here. But I think at this point, they recognize that they can't just give Endpoint that ramp for free. The execs for Endpoint are a little bit too suffocating in nature, and they don't really allow the options that AGO would like to have. I would not be surprised to see this round kind of theoretically, or for the most part, like end within 30 seconds here. I think AGO might just full ship it towards the ramp and just try to win or lose the round right then and there.
Well, certainly looks that way. We shall see how the action goes down. It's Thomas starting off strong. Will be traded, but Fiku, not long for this world either. Groovy, meanwhile, trying to come in from the scaffold. Crucial misses the shot into a 3 versus 3. MHL can't really find anything. There's a smoke in his way, but at the very least, it is being kept even. The bloodbath on ramp. Surreal, though, once again, lurking, looking so crisp, and he's just opened up this B-bomb site.
Yeah, Surreal's been so good on these lurks, and this 3v2 has gone the way of Endpoint. AGO, they knew what one of their win conditions was, but they're going to have to discover a new one. The retake is on. Surreal with another big frag, and he's looking for another. It's just Groovy that remains, and with just 12 HP, very low probability of winning this, but he still wants to go for it. Maybe we'll just try to secure the op. We'll see. He's looking for a fight, it seems like, but as this bomb clicks down, there's less and less of a chance for him here. Does seem like he just wants to back off. I'm surprised he doesn't pick up the op. Okay, yes, he will, in fact. And yeah, that's going to be it for this round. Endpoint will put themselves at map point. They'll have 3 opportunities to close it out here. Groovy is able to keep this op alive, but yeah, that was kind of surprisingly exactly how I predicted it, actually. They really just did ship it towards the ramp there, and they just wanted to either win right there or lose right there. And turns out that Endpoint were just a little bit too ready for it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the mid-rounding, bit unfortunate. Surreal, of course, has been a real thorn in their side on this T-half. Ooh, they are going to try and deal with him early, though. He's forced down to 10 HP, has to run away, and has lost most of the B control, but MHL not fast enough. Crucial, too quick, knows the angle better, and will take him down. So they respond pretty well here on the Endpoint side, but Max has dropped the bomb a bit aggressively. Molly coming in. Robin's able to find the trade. Still split the team in half. Furlan not quick enough to find the refrag. But all the same, a 4 versus 3 in favor of Endpoint. The bomb in such an awkward spot, and Crucial, that's unlucky. I think his gun kind of covering it up. His FOV working against him a little bit. And the trade's now coming back through to bring it into a 2 versus 2. It's suddenly become a lot more doable, a lot more competitive. And like I say, that bomb is down in no man's land. So AGO with a bit of control to work with.
Fiku playing off of Oskarish very well. No flash actually to get him out of this position, and Thomas wasn't ready for it. Fiku's able to take down the final 2, and AGO keep themselves alive here. They aren't able to recover the op. A little bit too worried about burning alive right there. Oh, wait. No, did Oskarish somehow get a different one? I think he did pick up an op somehow. I'm not sure where he got that from. I guess it was at mid. Okay, well, good for him anyways. And very nice close here from Fiku. That just became a little bit too hairy for Endpoint, as that bomb just got dropped into probably one of the worst positions you could ask for on the map.
Yeah, definitely an oversight from Max, who tends to be cool, calm, and collected. Oskarish once again utilizing this nasty spot on the hazard sign. We'll bring it into a 5 versus 4 early on, so looking good. And if they win this one, the economy might not hold up. So all to play for right now. Thomas trying to take matters into his own hands, only good for 1. MHL coming in with the AWP, gets the tag, is able to survive. Swing from Groovy, drops the bomb once again. Might be able to find another here. They've got to be very careful indeed on the Endpoint side, but once again finding themselves down and out. 4 versus 2.
Ooh, and that smoke isn't actually deep enough to cover the bomb retrieval. And so AGO is already on the flank as well. Crucial and Robin trying to fight their way out of this. They're able to find one, but MHL is able to find a return kill. Now, Fiku on the flank should be good to find this one. And it looks like AGO might be sending us to overtime here. There's still decent money on the side of Endpoint, but they have to call a timeout. Robin has 10K. He could drop a couple 8Ks, I think. So this may just work out fine for them, but he'll be... Oh, he only misses actually just one piece of utility. Mighty Max, on the other hand, I feel like he would probably go for the Galil, so he can buy all the nades that he would want. I'd be interested to see what play they have in store for us here. Feels like AGO finally found a little bit of control on this map, though. They have secured this A ramp a couple of times now, but it's still a very back and forth affair. Endpoint... They still have an opportunity to close it out in regulation, but man, this is finally shaping up to be the game that we have wanted.
Yeah, getting exciting here towards the tail end. This is often the time where a team like Endpoint under pressure would step up massively, but we will see. AGO have been looking good in the past few, a really tense round. The hearts are pumping across the board. We'll see how it ends up going. Nothing... as yet early on, nice and passive as you would expect from that CT side. Some deep nades over at B. Nice little off angle from Oscarish. Got to be careful. It does look like he's about to meet the full force of the T side. But again, as yet to commit, just taking it nice and slow right now on the Endpoint side. Winding the clock down. Not really done very much for the first kind of 45 seconds of the round here.
Oh, but this boost might catch Oscarish off guard. They actually have gotten Surreal onto the elevated area already, but that smoke will... Ooh! Okay, Oscarish actually spotting out Surreal, but Surreal is able to take him down. This hit is on at this point. Fiku trying to hold his ground. He's able to pick up one. It's a 4v4 situation, checking his flank to make sure that there's nothing behind him here, but it looks like this is a very nice post plant for Endpoint. They might just bring it to a third map, but MHL and Fiku with 2 frags of their own. There's still alert here from Robin, but it gets scouted out by Furlan, who's so late on the rotation, and it's just down to Surreal. 1v3 situation. He's able to take down MHL, gets Furlan as well, looking for the last. He knows that Fiku is crossed. He spotted his shoulder at this point, and with the flashbang, it'll enable him to peek at this point. He's looking for the last, but he doesn't actually connect just yet. Fiku, he knows he has to push, and it will be OT here. Surreal with a great attempt to try to actually end it right there, but AGO hang on. Fiku with a monster 3K in that round, sending it to OT.
Absolute madness. AGO stepping up to really nearly does it. I think he needs another few seconds, or maybe on this peak here. Okay, we skipped it on the replay, of course. But yeah, that first peak that he went for, I think, had to find the headshot around the corner and act on the craziness that had already gone down so far in that little exchange. But not going to be the case. The overtime required. AGO with the momentum as well. Looking pretty damn good. Money no longer an issue for both sides, so going to be a bit of a crazy one, I think, continuing into OT. But yeah, this is definitely not how I expected it to go, in all honesty. Mirage, again, could kind of see, I think I said that throughout, that they'd been working on it, you know, and they have other ideas. That's why they've picked it. They've had plenty of time, blah, blah, blah. But then we come on to Vertigo, which is such a solid map for Endpoint. This is not what we were expecting, but a super fast round. Maybe going to try and catch off AGO. Not going to work, however. 3-4 kills coming in for them. Really fast stuff. And Mighty Max over in at middle was going to be that lurker, that last port of call. But unfortunately, he is now kind of the only chance that they have at this round. Does manage to find one, but he's left incredibly low. Just bouncing around. Will get taken down. And the 16th for AGO comes through.
Yeah, can't really blame Mighty Max there. He's tagged down so low already. Really just trying to get onto the next round. It looks a little silly, but I mean, if he's just being honest with himself, there's very low chance that he has any hope in that one. So we'll see how Endpoint bounce back from that. Very dominant A-hold from AGO in the previous round. MHL trying to continue it as he looks down with his op at this point, and it looks like AGO will just take it for free here. A little bit of utility exchange, but all in all, Fiku with a very good push. Oh, he may have overlooked Thomas though, and this might allow Thomas to find a kill, but oh, somehow Fiku turning around is able to take Thomas down. Maybe he recognized that oh, okay. This is getting a little bit wacky, but somehow it's still a 4v4 situation as Surreal finds a kill on the other side of the map.
Surreal, of course, doing what Surreal does, man. Been having a hell of a game in that sense. Been looking good individually, on his own. And we'll see. Might just give them the opening here. A lot of utility coming in. Groovy with an aggressive position at the double stack. Only good for one. Furlan is around, but so very blind, able to just about back away. Still an advantage here for Endpoint. Bullets ringing off through the smoke. Nothing quite landing for the CT side. The bomb goes down. MHL going to fall to Crucial. Looking good for Endpoint here to pick up a round of their own. Locking them out pretty severely. Ooh, Crucial not quite fast enough with the reflexes, but at the very least gets the information in. Going to keep on taking the faces. Not finding anything, but at the very least he's creating space for his teammates. And there you have it, the 16th for Endpoint coming in.
Yeah, that was a good adjustment on the round for Endpoint. They lost their player towards ramp and they just hightailed it towards B. Nice little light exec coming out from them, and good stuff, good bounce back. Feels like the team that's found the opening pick is pretty consistently converted, but this is one of the rare instances where that was not the case. Will we be seeing a boost come out? No, okay. I thought there might have been the run boost, but doesn't look like that'll happen this time around. It will be mid control being attempted, and Surreal trying to get a little bit fancy with his own smoke right there will be punished for that. Fiku is holding the perfect angle to take him down, and we'll see if AGO are able to convert this time around. Last time they couldn't, and this might be their undoing. Fiku just getting a little bit overly aggressive. Thomas taking down Furlan as well. It's a 3v3 situation, and MHL, he's still here on this A's bomb site. Will he find the angle in time? No, he will not. Thomas takes him down. A big missed shot from MHL, and this should probably be Endpoint taking it here.
Looking more likely than not. It depends. They are on the flank. Is this going to be expected is the real question. If they can maybe get the positional drop on Crucial, who indeed doesn't seem to have too much of an idea. Robin is around to watch for it. Oh, finds the head of the first. Will be traded back, and surely that's enough information to work with. Ruby going to have to pull off something incredible. Not going to happen. And Endpoint take the advantage going into the second half of overtime.
Yeah, that was shaping up nicely for AGO, but I think they just bit off a little bit more than they could chew there. Furlan, or was it Furlan or Fiku? The F players on AGO, just kind of pushing on forward after that opening one. I think it was Fiku, and just not. I mean, in overtime, you sometimes are just looking for that edge, but you kind of already found it, and I mean, you give Endpoint an inch, and they've shown that they can just take a mile off of it. So maybe some regrets moving into the second half of OT for AGO, but they're back to T side now, and they did a pretty good job to close things out in regulation. I think they won, was it 8 in a row? I'm not quite sure, but it was a very dominant performance from them to close out that very first half. Good utility coming out from Endpoint, though, early on to slow down this A push from AGO.
A while since we've been here. Another aggressive ramp play coming in, so I suppose not much changes between these two teams. Chip damage onto Furlan. Slowly but surely edging forwards here. Molly over the top. Really good utility here, actually, to push Crucial into an uncomfortable position. Looking very, very good in that sense. Another Molotov coming in. Oh, and Crucial, he might have just found one if he'd have stuck around a little while longer, but of course, overtime, a lot on the line here. Not one. Oh, okay. Bit awkward, bit confused as to who was going to be on top of the boost, and Thomas, I think, spotted them out jumping. That's a bit of a mess. Gives him a free frag. Definitely not the way that you would have wanted it to go, because I think if they'd have pulled that off cleanly, it would have been a nice gotcha kind of play. Unfortunately, not the case, and with 40 seconds left, the man advantage going to be absolutely massive here for Endpoint. Fiku waiting inside the smoke. Perfect stuff. Does get traded back quickly, but it creates room. Crucial going to fall. Thomas the only one left. Molly's coming in. He has to back away. Might give it another go, though. The bomb plant has yet to come in, but still a 3 versus 3 looking good for AGO if they get this bomb down cleanly. Another frag for them. This is massive. They've brought it back. They're fighting back pretty massively. Oh, Surreal does get Furlan. The molly as well. Return to Oscarish. What has happened? Oh, no. Groovy gonna fall. It all falls apart for AGO. And Endpoint get up to map point.
AGO looked very in control of the end of that round. I'm not sure exactly how that slipped away from them, but Endpoint they'll take that. They will definitely take that. And now they have 2 opportunities to close this game out here. The magic number for OT1 is 19, and AGO have to try to find 18 of their own in order to send it to a second overtime here. Early ramp control looks to be taken from the Endpoint side. Crucial opting down here with some good support from his teammates. And the nades come out from the Polish side, but they don't connect. And Endpoint will still hold their ground nicely. Good utility to push Crucial off of that angle, but Mighty Max has a nice response of his own, which will continue to split up the AGO side. Nice pan over to see that nade actually does connect nicely with Furlan, but can Endpoint convert off of it, or will AGO keep this game going here? Crucial with a nice angle and an early smoke coming out from AGO. I think that was supposed to try to bait out a little bit more utility from Endpoint, but they're not buying just yet. Good spam, though, somehow between Furlan and MHL is able to take down Mighty Max. That you don't really see too often anymore. When those were wood, you definitely saw a lot of kills coming through those that fence right there, but now that they changed it to metal, that is a lot rarer. And Crucial taking a lot of damage early on here, not able to find the kill with the off. Oscarish somehow finding a gap through the smokes, is able to find one, but Thomas is still here to try to defend the bomb site. Oh, and Fiku just pushing on forward is able to take Thomas down. It looks like somehow, some way, AGO have brute forced their way onto this bomb site. That was just so much back and forth action across the board, and AGO, they don't want to go down just yet.
Yeah, they are not quitting that easily. Sure, they already have the map in hand, but they want to be taking it 2-0. They want to snatch it away, feeling confident here coming into the playoffs. So the second overtime certainly on the cards. Endpoint going to have to pull something out of the bag coming into round number 36. Of course, all the rounds. There's so many games seem to be going. Massive nade damage there onto Robin. A great way to start this one off. Minute and 35 left on the clock. Sure, it's not a kill as yet, but AGO, unbeknownst to them, have got some pretty good ramp control off the back of that utility.
Yeah, good HP advantage taken from AGO here. Another boost coming out for Thomas to see over. And AGO will just be 5-manning it all the way up to A, it seems like. The mollies come out early, forcing them off the angle. Spam won't do quite as much as it did last time around, but they've set up very nicely here. And Furlan just with a single flashbang actually pushing all the way forward at Sandbags. He might have actually found a little bit of an opening for himself here if Endpoint do overextend, but will that be the case? The utility is in play. Thomas is playing so aggressively. The flash is there to set him up, and he's able to find one, but only one. Furlan, on the other hand, is able to find two, and it's a 4v3 situation. AGO looking to send it to OT, but Mighty Max still is alive, and he has something to say about it. A Molotov actually will push off the bomb planter off the angle, but the bomb still is able to be planted, and it's a 3v3.
Oh. Okay, I thought that was going to do a bit more damage, but it didn't really do anything at all to Furlan, so he will be happy with that. Thank goodness for the strong steel of Vertigo. Regardless, moving into the site, such a tough angle, but Mighty Max is able to get the better of him. That is a massive frag to be finding Fiku, as well as being watched through the smoke. The kill comes in for MHL. It's all onto Crucial. Fiku wins his fight against Surreal. Tap onto the bomb, but there's no time, and the second overtime will be required. AGO indeed not going down without a fight. The 2 in a row to take us to that second overtime in the game. The action, the excitement continues here on Vertigo.
Yeah, and look at the score lines. No one really falling far behind. This is pretty rare for a game of this length. Usually there's, you know, at least some kind of uneven distribution for either team, but really everyone's playing pretty well. Can't really count any single player out, and everyone just kind of doing their job to an extent. It seems like the game plans for both of these teams are evenly matched here as we head into the second OT. 22 will be the magic score to reach. And Endpoint, you know, losing 2 rounds in a row when you had map point in your grasp, it felt, I mean, they could taste it. They even had a 5v4, I think, at one point. Or, actually, wait. Did they in the last round? I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure if they did. But regardless, it's pretty brutal to lose like that. I feel like they even like the CT side, given that they picked it after winning the knife round. So this is tough for them. AGO putting up much more of a fight than I think Endpoint or any of us realized or would have guessed.
Thomas playing with fire, perhaps quite literally in a second here. Does push forwards, not able to find anything, but takes minimal damage. Bit of chip damage being done here. Oh, Max, that timing is so unfortunate for him. The fact that he manages to find one is pretty insane, to be honest. It's looking good for Endpoint. Robin and Crucial both chiming in. Again, a little crazy as the overtime can get, particularly on a map like Vertigo. The 4 versus 2 coming in favor of the CT side. See what Fiku and Oscarish are able to get done. Certainly some of the louder names. Fiku going to creep forwards, but Robin ready for him. Robin ready for both of them, in fact. Beautiful stuff at the end there, and Endpoint will get the 19th.
Ooh, and it's nice to upgrade to the double AK on Robin and Thomas there, actually, too. Little nice spoils for their victory in round 1 of the second overtime. Endpoint looking pretty good here. A clean ramp take from them. Just good fights working out in their favor. And a weird double op actually coming out of AGO. This is not something you usually see on the T side by any means. And I'm curious to see how they get these guns involved here. Mighty Max might have found a timing, but MHL taking his head off there. And Oscarish, he might be regretting that second op now. He finds the tag onto Crucial, but now it'll be a little bit more difficult for his team to scale despite their man advantage. Pressing on forward is Thomas, thinning the numbers of AGO still. 4v3 situation, and that was a much needed frag for him and his team.
Big. I have to do a bit more here, though, from short. Pushing in. Flash not quite effective. Catches MHL. Another frag for him. Meanwhile, on the site itself, things looking a little spicier. Crucial, however, is able to stay alive a little while longer, and that creates more room for Thomas to work with. 3k for him. Groovy to pick up all the pieces here. Not looking too likely. As there's 50 seconds left, he does have the bomb in hand, but going to be hard for him. They're not afraid to let that bomb go down, playing nice and passive here on the CT side to grant him the control that he is looking for. Spotted out, Molly goes in. But again, they're happy to let him plant. Who really cares? Playing it nice and safe, and there you have it. Surreal will take him down as he's spamming away.
Endpoint somehow able to bring that one back. That was a huge play from Thomas there. He's able to find 2 in quick succession. I think, was that a 5v3? That is... AGO at this point have to be kind of hurting mentally. They found the opening picks. They looked pretty clean in doing so as well, and yet they weren't able to convert that. I'd be surprised if they're able to bounce back here and somehow manage to find a 3rd round, but anything is really possible, or 1 round of these 3, but anything's possible. And AGO have been kind of on the receiving end of a lot of tough losses. We'll see if they're able to do that to Endpoint, though, here.
Gonna need to, I think. Not starting off so well for them. Trade comes back in. Thomas gonna fall this time around, so there you have it. Not quite as impactful. See what they're able to find. Looking pretty good. 4 versus 3. Smoke's coming in. Crucial trying to get aggressive ahead of them. Nice deep smoke from Endpoint as well to keep them at bay. But MHL going to spot out Crucial on the edge of the smoke. Gets the better of him. 4 versus 2 now. With Surreal having to do most of the work. Robin pretty damn low. It's going to be hard for him to get into the site. Oh, mollied out as well. Taken down by said molly. And all onto Surreal. Pulls a nade out at the wrong time. And at least 1 recovered back for AGO at the end of the first half of our second bout of overtime.
Good stuff from AGO to bounce back there. Just stuck to their game plan of going towards A, and probably felt that the second round that Endpoint got in this OT was a little bit fluky, and you know, good for them because it worked out in the third. They just kind of went for a very similar play. I wouldn't say the exact same, but didn't really change it up too much. The formula was there. They decided it once again, and it worked out. So it will be now AGO on the defending side of things. They've had both of these teams have been pretty evenly matched on both halves. I guess both of them slightly coming out ahead on T side most of the time. So if regulation is any indicator for what we should expect here, is maybe Endpoint have a good chance to close it out. Both teams have been just a little bit better on T side. So if they can maintain that edge on the offensive side, then Endpoint may in fact send us to a map 3, or will AGO close it out with 3 consecutive rounds, which they would need in order to try to just send Endpoint packing in 2.
Time will tell. Hopefully sooner rather than later here. But of course, the team's going to use all the time available to them as we move across. Of course, just 2 will be required if needed. And there is that giveaway going on. You know what time it is. We've got time to talk about it. Exclamation mark giveaway in the chat, provided by Skin Baron, of course. There is a chance to win a few vouchers, a few different skins, but it looks like we are going to be getting back into the action pretty quickly. So enough chit-chat as the game will get back underway.
All right. Ooh. Auto sniper picked up from Oscarish. That is, it looks like Oscarish is kind of sick of sticking to the formula. He busted out the double op in the second round of this overtime, and he's busting out the auto sniper in this one here. Kind of a weird pickup for this map. You can't just play some angle like Toll Booth and like on Mirage, for example, and just kind of snipe people from a distance where the rifles are just simply not as accurate, or like Train, where you can just, you know, shoot down the lanes. But we'll see how he's able to incorporate that gun here. Thomas, though, takes down MHL. He's given a foot and sprays the entire opposing opper down. Good stuff from Thomas here to find an early advantage. Endpoint, they've been slightly better on the T side of things, and with that pick there, will they be able to convert it? AGO will have to try to find a way back into this round here, and maybe it will be off the back of Oscarish's auto sniper.
Yeah, something a bit unorthodox. Catch them off guard, perhaps, but still not quite going to be as clear cut or as simple as they think. Timing going to be everything. B execute coming in. Oscarish is here, ready and waiting. Deep smoke from him to keep them at bay. The spam coming through. He manages to find one, and now it is something that they're going to have to deal with. Going to continue to press forward. Fiku so close on the edge of the smoke. Oscarish goes down, and Fiku quickly dealt with by Thomas. Pretty incredible stuff there. Nade going in, going to take him out. And that, at the very least, buys a bit of time. That's the bomb drop. Surreal quickly moves across to get the plant in. Doesn't be easier said than done. Furlan and Crucial just doing all the damage, though. Robin and Crucial, sorry, doing all the damage. And it will be the 21st for Endpoint. We're here once again. Maui Snake on the map point. Will it be this time around that Endpoint are able to find it, or will AGO pull it back once again?
I think Endpoint have a good chance here. I think they've looked a little bit better on T side. I think that they can just, you know, accident their way into one of these a little bit here. Crucial missing a shot, but Surreal doesn't. Nice opening pick for Endpoint, and in this battle of just stamina, it seems like Endpoint might come out on top, but it's just a 5v4. And we've seen crazier things in this game thus far, but now it's a 5v3. Make it a 5v2, make it a 5v1. It's just MHL, and Endpoint will be sending us to a third map. So that will be Dust 2.
Indeed, indeed. An incredibly back and forth end to that one. Definitely a hell of a lot closer than we expected, but I suppose it goes the way that we thought that it would.